Good morning, friends. Welcome to the Up and Running Morning Show on 98.1 KZE. I am Rick, and joining us this morning is our friend and could be one of the most frequent guests on the Up and Running Morning Show, Mr. Steve Forbert. Good morning, Steve.
Rick, good day. How are you?
I'm doing all right. It's a little cold this morning, but, it's winter.
Yep.
And we expect that to be cold. We warm up, and we love this part of the country because we get all four seasons. And you are coming as a duo, which we're excited about, to Daryl's house this Sunday. The Ken Moore duo is opening, and then the Steve Forbert duo is following. The show begins at 7 p.m., so get tickets. Don't miss out. DarylsHouseClub.com for tickets and further information. Steve, how's everything?
Well, everything is pretty good. I'm, just like everybody else, I'm just trying to make the the adjustments to all of the very, very recent changes in the government, et cetera.
Mm-hmm. And do you put these things eventually into your music, or do you stay away from that?
Now, sometimes they get into the songs as lyrics. Of course, they do.
So sometimes whatever's happening politically may affect you in a way that it comes through, and you channel it
not
into
often.
a song.
Not very often, but yeah.
Huh. Interesting. Now, playing as a duo, are you playing with Rob?
Flores.
Yes. And
yes, you know Rob.
Yeah, he played at the Parlor Session with you a little while back, and he is a great, talented keyboard player. And when he opens up that opening line to Romeo's tune, I have to say, Steve, the hair on the back of my neck stands up. It's something that has been part of my life growing up, listening to radio and hearing that song as I grew up. And I still love the song. Do you?
Yeah, I do. I play it every show, of course, and the lyrics are something I can still relate to.
Yeah.
It's not something I don't cringe when I have to do it. I can get into it right on the spot every time. It's fun, and people like it. And that's that's why I'm out there singing all over the place.
Well, it's a pleasure to hear the song and to know that you do play it. So people who have known Steve Forbert for years and throughout his career, when you go see Steve live, you never know what you're going to get as far as the set list, but you can be assured that he'll go back in time and give you something present as well, which we love, Steve. So thank you for at least giving us the songs that we can recognize and sing along to, as well as being turned on to brand new stuff that you're putting out. And we just love Daylight Savings Time as a collection, Steve. So thank you.
Well, that's the new album, of course. It came out last September, and we did the Parlor Session not too long before that.
Yeah.
And I thank you. I'm glad you're giving it some airplay up there. Thank you for helping me stay in the game.
Yeah, the remix of Dixie Miles. How'd that come about?
Well, we decided to do a remix for a video I put together. Uh-huh. You can see it on my Facebook page, and it's on YouTube
cool.
now. So the song is pretty personal. And I lived in Nashville for over 25 years, and I'm originally from Meridian, Mississippi. So I've done that drive quite a few times, down what they call I-65 through near Huntsville, Alabama, and Birmingham, and Tuscaloosa, and on into Meridian, Mississippi. Wow. So the song is about making that drive. In the song, particularly in the song, I'm going on my way to Gulf Shores, Alabama. And we got a nice video together, and I thought that we would just bump up the mix to answer your question. We shortened the intro, and we just made the whole thing a little punchier.
Gotcha. So it's compact and more powerful.
Yeah, and you can hear that mix on the video, which is now on what they call YouTube. Hooray!
Right. Well, the album Daylight Savings Time, as you mentioned, came out towards the latter part of next year. Do you continuously write songs?
Yes, I continually work on songs.
That's fantastic.
Absolutely. That I just don't feel right if I'm not trying to create a song.
So you are a creator. That is in your blood.
Well, yeah, it's been that way since at least when I was 17.
Wow. Have you created any other things besides music that you're proud of?
Well, there is the book, which I wrote with my friend Terry Boyd, that came out in 2018. It's a memoir, and it's called Big City Cat, My Life in Folk Rock. So that's certainly one thing.
Yeah. Well, without a doubt, having a book about your life that you co-wrote is a major accomplishment.
Yeah, people can still get that book on my website, and I have to say that a while back, I think you remember, I got into doing some photographs, and my niche was that I wanted to use a flip phone because it kind of enhanced the colors. It wasn't as sharp as even an iPhone, or certainly not an Olympus or a Nikon, but that's what I wanted to do, and I went a little crazy behind that and just started taking all kind of pictures in my travels. And I did a few exhibits in a couple of galleries, one in Nashville and one in Asbury Park, and one up in Homer, New York, too.
All right.
So that's my answer.
Well, that's cool. And the photos have a really cool quality to them. They're kind of soft in areas, and it captures the light in a cool way. Definitely.
Well, thank you.
Yeah, very cool. And now, do you feel you have any other books coming out?
No.
Nothing left. You covered everything. Like, do you think you'll do a sequel then to Big City Cat, My Life in Folk Rock?
Well, if some new chapters develop that I think are worth documenting, yes. But for now, Rick, honestly, the thing about my getting started in Greenwich Village and all that sort of thing in 1976, 78, 79, all of that stuff is, the so-called CBGB scene and the so-called new folk scene and Kenny's Castaways and Folk City and all. That stuff has become, an interesting in itself. So I was part of it.
Yeah.
And so Big City Cat tells a whole lot about that, which, that's now New York City at that time. The music scene is now rock and roll history.
Yeah.
Like so I had something to say about it.
Well, I mean, I could only imagine what it was like for you and audiences when you're playing at CBGB's with a guitar and a harmonica. And that's in the book. Yeah.
Oh, of course.
Yeah. So it's a great read. And Daylight Savings Time, a great album. It's essential, Steve Forbert. You keep putting out essential music, and we're proud of that, and we love the fact that you just keep doing it. And as you told us, you continuously write, and that's great. And that's something for you kids out there to keep in mind. Just keep going, keep working, and keep doing what's in your heart, and one day you'll feel pretty good about your work.
Well, Rick, thanks. I really appreciate your continued support through all the stuff you're talking about.
Yeah, well, it's a pleasure to know and to have artists like you on this program and to let listeners get a little bit inside Steve Forbert. And again, you're an artist we've appreciated and known for years. So to hear you talk and tell us some inside stuff, we love it. So it's always a pleasure to talk to you, Steve. And you may get a flag up in the studio here for most appearances on the Up and Running Morning Show. And every time it's a joy. So thank you.
Terrific. Thank you.
All right. So Folks, don't miss the Steve Forbert Duo this time around at Daryl's house this Sunday. The show starts at 7 with the Ken Moore Duo, then the Steve Forbert Duo follows, and they go on early enough for you to get home and get to work the next day. So don't miss out on another great night of music this Sunday, 7 o'clock, Daryl's House Club.com for more info. And Steve, what's the best way to direct people to keep tabs on you?
I would say the Facebook page.
Okay, fair enough. So find Steve Forbert on Facebook, and you'll find out about upcoming dates, upcoming releases, and so much more. Steve, all the best to you and Rob Sunday at the gig, and I look forward to talking and seeing you soon.
Okay, my pleasure, Rick. Good to hear you.
All right. All the best, Steve. This is the Up and Running Morning Show on 98.1 KZE. We'll be right back after this.